The other conflict that's important to us all, in Ukraine, it seems the United States has completely pulled out of it. Can we expect anything of the presidency now? And what would you advise, honestly, to Europe to end this war? Thank you.
Thank you. Well, thank you for the question. Just step back for one second, and for all of us to remember why we've been so engaged in Ukraine since the Russian aggression. And I think the answer is this, and it really does go back to what I was talking about. This was not only the aggression of a larger country against a smaller one, and none of us like to see a big country bullying another. This was an aggression against the very system that we put in place to try to prevent war, prevent conflict, to stand up for the rights of people. An aggression against the principles that were established 80 years ago on sovereignty, on territorial integrity, on independence. And I think most of us came to the conclusion that if we let that aggression go unchallenged, if we allowed it to proceed with impunity, then it would be open season for aggressors everywhere. It's really interesting that one of the first countries that stood up and stood with Ukraine very early on was Japan, half the world away. And the Japanese Prime Minister at the time, Kishida, said that the reason was what's happening in Europe today could be happening in East Asia tomorrow. He understood. He saw that this aggression was against something much larger even than Ukraine. So I hope we don't lose sight of that important insight, because hopefully it will continue to motivate action. Look, I think it is incumbent and it is on the shoulders of Europe now to deal with this. My hope is that the United States, whatever its policies, will continue to provide as necessary the armaments that Ukraine needs. Ukraine is becoming increasingly self-sufficient in those armaments. Its industry is remarkable, but it will still need more help. There's a lot of money out there, and the out there is actually in Europe, in bank accounts, Russian sovereign assets that have been frozen, $300 billion. My hope is that as European leaders try to figure out how to sustain support for Ukraine, if they have to choose between spending their taxpayers' money or spending Russia's money, we know what the choice is and should be. So there are resources there to do it. But here's the answer, I think, to what constitutes success for Ukraine and the success that we need to drive for. And that is irrespective of where the line is drawn on the map. Because honestly, I don't think it's going to change very much